All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another LocalMeA live show. We got a great show planned for you tonight. Got some great guests set up for tonight. And well, you know what? Let's just get to it. And tonight's show is brought to you by the Greater East Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce, where it is great for business.
It's great business.
It's great business.
It's great business. It's great business.
It's great business.
It's great business.
It's great business.
It's great business.
It's great business.
I told you it was great for business. Also, tonight's show is brought to you by Speed Sports Racing Park. What are you waiting for? What a great segue this is. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is bring onto the screen with me, Alan Rudolph from Speed Sports Racing Park, North Houston, but specifically New Caney, Texas. How are you, Alan?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on, Mark. Appreciate that.
No problem. We've got lots of, this is an exciting time for Texas, and it's kind of a nervous time as well. There's the dog in the background.
Yeah,
I love it.
they're all at home, right? Everybody's got
then you know it's a real show,
right?
So we open with limited capacity tomorrow. A slow, methodical approach to opening Texas, and you're part of that. But before we actually get to what that's all about, you've had some downtime, and what have you been doing?
Yeah, downtime. I don't have any downtime. No, obviously we shut down like everyone else in the community did in the world, pretty much, right? But to be honest, it was almost a blessing in disguise because we got to refurbish all of our fleet of rental carts. So when we open tomorrow, it's going to be like opening with a new ride. We took this there you go. Got some great pictures. We took the last 4 or 5 weeks to redo the entire fleet of rental carts, and super proud of that. They look great. It really is going to be like having a new ride. We had planned on doing it anyway, but to be honest, being shut down let us just pound through it and get them all done. And we couldn't have really. It would have taken 4 times as long to get that work done if we weren't shut down. So just me and one other employee stayed on and knocked those things out. So it looks great.
So I was, man, that's exciting. So you actually do, you did some productive things in the downtime. That's probably a really good thing to do because, people are kind of getting a little itchy. They want to get out a little bit. And we'll talk about this, what your reopening plan looks like. But I happen to be going through your Facebook page. And one of the things that impressed me most here, Alan, is you've got over 12,000 people liking and following your Facebook page. That's a big number. Yeah.
My wife has worked so hard at making, creating this sort of following that is engaging and getting people to like what we do and like our posts and all that. I mean, that doesn't just happen overnight. But we put about 25,000 people through the facility in a year. And so getting them to follow us on Facebook and be a part of what we do is really important.
Hey, speaking of which, I don't know if you noticed what I'm wearing right now, but, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together and add it up, but tomorrow is May 1st.
And you were supposed to be there for our annual chamber racing event. That's the only thing that bums me out about
our annual Greater East Montgomery County Grand Prix. And you know what? I found a really cool little video. I put on a GoPro on my helmet.
Awesome.
And, hopefully this plays through. Let me know if you hear the sound or not. All right. Yeah.
All right.
We're ready to race and great.
Yeah, there's Rick.
Great day for racing.
Even in the wet. That's awesome.
That was what we call the great equalizer, right?
That's right.
So, we did team against team. It's a great team building, networking event for us. We were really excited. Is that some skill driving right there?
Yeah, that was skill driving. Nice. Wow.
That was awesome.
I love that. That's a great video to really showcase what we can do there. And I am bummed that we're not hosting your event tomorrow, but we'll reschedule that and get it done later in the year.
Yeah, I wanted to be talking to you about that. I'm sure, everybody's kind of taking their golf tournaments or whatever big corporate events and looking at the fall. So I'm going to be in touch very soon. Like when I say soon, like really, really soon.
Like next week. Okay, good.
And, one more thing is you are reopening May 1st. And, I clicked through your emails and stuff that went out today. And basically it takes you to this page on your website. Yep. And this is what you're going to be doing tomorrow with limited hours starting tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. At the end of the day, we really don't know what to expect. This whole 25% of capacity thing, our capacity is so large. In our main building, the capacity in our main building is 350 people. Well, on a day-to-day basis, we never have more than 20, 30 people in there at any one given time. So it's not a big deal. And we're going to, practice safe measures and keep the distancing. And we encourage people to bring, if you have your own helmet, bring your own helmet. If not, we have ours, and we're going to keep them outside. We're going to sanitize them in between every use. I have on order, unfortunately, it's not here yet, but this new helmet sanitizing system, it's called a Sani box right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Look at you, fancy. Yep. And so that thing will sanitize 12 helmets at a time, and it only takes 8 minutes to do it. So that'll be here in a few weeks. But meanwhile, we bought some really good medical grade sanitizer to sanitize the helmets after every single use. So we're going to kind of put someone in charge of that. And look, we're an outdoor facility. It's not like going to the grocery store and being packed in with 100 other people or 1,000 other people for that matter, or Home Depot. And so once you come in, check in, you're just going to head out trackside. You'll be outside and plenty of room to spread out and be safe and have some fun racing.
Well, that's the whole key right there, Alan, is having some fun.
Yeah.
And that's what you're all about at Speed Sports. Now, some other things we didn't really bring up, and I don't know if we'll have enough time to really get into it, but, you have the rental side of your business, which is, and guys, these aren't kiddie carts. These things are fun, man. You do light your hair on fire.
Yeah. Is that what happened to yours?
But nowhere near what happens over on their Pro Track. Just talk a little bit about your racing academy and the Pro Track. Yeah.
So we've actually stayed open through this whole time on the Pro Track side for members only. So members can come out. We, again, practice that social distancing thing, and we're outdoors on a 27-acre property, so people can stay away from each other. But, some members have been able to come out and like you said, everyone is just trying to get out and do stuff. And so, to be honest, it's been busier than normal on the Pro Track side of things with members there every day. So we're open from 12 to 6 for members, and they can come out and ride their own go-karts and do their thing. And there's been a lot of people there every day. When I say a lot, we're talking 20, 30 people, just busy, running their carts and having a good time and just getting that release. So I'm hoping that spills over to the rental cart side of things tomorrow when we open to the public. I'm hoping there's some of that sort of pent up, demand, want to get out, let's do something, have some fun. Going to the drive-through for food every day, is getting old. So I'm glad some of the restaurants are opening, and we'll be able to make reservations and go in and actually sit down and eat. That'll be great. So I'm hoping that'll happen for the rentals tomorrow, is just get people out of the house, have some fun outdoors, and we'll see how it goes. I don't really know what to expect.
Well, we're definitely going to want to follow back up with you and find out. I'm sure we'll be posting some information too. So, guys, follow Speed Sports Racing Park, North Houston, because it really is not just a small community place. This is a destination location from all over. And if we were to really do a full show here with Alan, we talk about how people from all around the country will come here for regional racing events. Yes. It's quite the place. So if you haven't checked it out, we encourage you to check out Speed Sports. Alan, hey, thanks for joining me tonight, and best of luck tomorrow. And I'm sure let's keep a safe distance.
Of course.
Even on the track?
Yes. More importantly, on the track. I got these brand new hot rods all fixed up and really looking great. No bumping, no banging. Be safe. Let's have some fun on the track. And so our hours, I call them the Corona hours. They're noon to 6. So we're going to be open noon to 6 to the public, and we'll see how that goes. If the demand is there, we'll of course increase that. But we just really don't know what to expect. So for right now, it's noon to 6.
All right. Well, once again, thank you, Alan Rudolph of Speed Sports, man. We'll check in with you later.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, and we're going to keep the show going. I'm going to try some trickery here and see if I can push the right buttons. But tonight's musical guest is Curtis Brawley. And I've got some stories that, I'm going to let Curtis sing a song for us first. And let's go here. Let's do this. Yeah, here we go. Oh, did it freeze? Curtis, don't worry. I got you taken care of, buddy.
It's good to see you out with friends, looking like you always did. Beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yeah, you caught me off guard, but that's alright. It's bound to happen in a town this size. Don't expect you to stay home when you're moving home. You said hello and you wish me well. I wish you told me go to hell or just let me be. That'd be easier on me. Just hate me. Don't say hi, just walk on by and maybe I might get a clue and get over you. It might save me from going crazy. If you never really loved me, baby, then just hate me. Now you ain't doing nothing wrong, and I ain't trying to hold on. It's just hard to know. Let me go. I thought I could handle this, but clearly I can't handle shit. Couldn't be this way, but it's gotta be this way. So just hate me. Don't say hi, just walk on by, and baby I might get a clue and get over you. It might save me from going crazy. If you never really loved me, baby, then just hate me. I know it ain't therapy, but you said if there's anything I ever need from you, well, I'm begging you to just hate me. Don't say hi, just walk on by, and baby I might get a clue and get over you. It might save me from going crazy. If you never really loved me, baby, if you never really loved me, baby, just hate me. Just hate me.
Curtis, man, that was awesome.
Thank you,
How
sir.
are
How
you?
you doing, Mark?
You know, I'm doing great. I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you agreed to come on the show tonight and be our musical guest. I think it really adds a little something extra to that, and especially being a local artist because you have some homegrown roots around here, don't you?
Yeah, I actually sure do. I grew up in Humble, not too far down the road from where you're at, I'm sure. And I spent most of my life there until I got out of high school, and the music business started pulling me, and I ended up heading out to Nashville for a while.
Okay. Well, speaking of some cool stuff, I just happened to come across this. What do we got going on here?
Well, that was originally scheduled for first part of April, but this little thing called the coronavirus
Yeah.
kind of swept through Texas or the world, it seems like. And so along with a lot of other things that got postponed, but it was all around a brand new single that I'm going to have coming out. It was originally coming out in April. It's now going to come out towards the end of June. So
Okay.
This is a big music release party and concert. It's absolutely free to come to. It's going to be on June 20th.
June 20th now. All right.
Neon Boots in Houston. And I've got a special guest that's coming with me. And that's a guy you might recognize by the name of Randy Travis.
I've heard that name, I believe.
Yeah, he's been around the block a time or two.
So he must be thrilled to be able to headline or not to open up for you. Yeah.
I don't know if he feels thrilled or not, but I am thrilled to have him there. And I'm definitely thrilled to have his support.
I bet. Hey, can you hang around? Because I know I want to, at the end of the show, I think we got a really cool music video of yours that we want to show too and learn a little bit more about what's been going on in your life, man.
I'd love to.
Sounds great. We'll see you then. Curtis, thanks again for joining us tonight.
You bet. See you in a little bit.
Okay, so that means we've got more guests coming up, and we are reopening Texas slowly, methodically, and part of that is my friend and yours, Cerise of Cerise and Company. Cerise, how are you?
I'm great. I'm just ready to get out of this cage. How are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. So tomorrow you get a chance to reopen your retail shop. You have a beautiful boutique.
Back in business again. So yes, I'm ready too. I'm excited to be open. It's been a long, quiet, 30 days, and I've missed people, and I'm just ready to see them. I've seen them on Facebook. I've called, we've talked, I've emailed, but I think people are ready to get out. They're just ready. So let's do it.
That's a good, we were talking about, 25% occupancy. And I always think that was an interesting thing for a boutique like yours, because do you even know what the official occupancy of your space there at your shop is?
Oh God, don't put me on the spot like that. There's a sign that's been behind me for 15 years on the wall. But I know, I've got like 1,000 square feet. I'm really the only employee there Monday through Friday. Yeah. So, I'm
just going to say, I don't think you'll have any problem.
I don't think I do. I don't get like the masses in. I get, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a little bit extra from La Madeline, but usually it's, people trickle in. They come after they've worked out. They come before they pick up kids. They come before they get dinner. So, usually I just get them all throughout the day. So now
you're wearing kind of a cool shirt right there. And you know what? I'm going through your Facebook page right now. It looks like our friend Chris Parker got that same shirt.
She did. While I was closed, we were doing the quarantinis, which Marie knows about. And I've got it on too. It says we're spraying and praying. So that's what
what? That's a good point. Let me go ahead and sneak this in real quick, because I got to give a shout out to my lovely wife, and of course your great T-shirt.
She looks too cute in that too.
She loves it. I snuck that for her, and she really likes that. So, so we're opening back up this Friday, which is tomorrow, and but you've got some other items that you normally wouldn't have had. Are you hearing me okay? Uh-oh. Let me bring you back up here. Can you hear me at all, Cerise? This is like one of those live news programs.
Oh.
And I can hear you, but you can't hear me. So, Cerise, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, Cerise, for being on the show tonight. Don't know why you can't hear me.
I can't hear you.
Hey, Alan and Curtis, can you guys hear me? Yep, I got thumbs up from them. Just sorry, Cerise. Hey, I will send people, put your link in the comments. Thanks again, Cerise. So that's going to make the show go a little quicker tonight, folks. And so you know what that means? That means we're going to bring Curtis back up. Curtis, man, hold on. Didn't see that happening that quick. So glad you didn't run off for a little bit.
That's the fun of live broadcasts, right?
No, didn't know. I know. So usually, you know, I can't hear people for whatever reason, but this was the reverse this time. And it's always something.
Always something. That's right.
Hey, so what am I going to bring up here? So you sent me a couple links to some really cool things. And one of them is a great music video that I'd really like to go ahead and play. I'm just going to put it up full screen and play it for everybody. Then we can talk about some things after that.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
I know he broke your world, shattered everything you used to believe. And another go around right now's the last thing you need. Time stands still when you're left all alone, desperate to feel anything at all, and it all goes dark. Baby, here you are, lost and empty. You don't see me reaching out to save you, baby. You think there's nobody else around. If you're all by yourself, out on the ledge, baby, I'm here now. Let me love you, love you, love you, love you down. I wanna hold you close till every piece falls back into place. Give your heart time to heal. You can stay here as long as it takes. There's still hope, baby, don't give up. Just one kiss, just one touch, don't turn away. No, you don't have to stay lost and empty. You don't see me reaching out to save you, baby. You think there's nobody else around. If you're all by yourself, out on the ledge, baby, I'm here now. Let me love you, love you, love you, love you down. Lost and empty, you don't see me reaching out to save you, baby. You think there's nobody else around. Lost and empty, you don't see me reaching out to save you, baby. You think surround. If you're all by yourself out on the ledge, baby, I'm here now. Let me love you, love you, love you, love you down. Let me love you, love you, love you, love you down.
Man.
Oh, I love going back in time and seeing those interesting, stylish hairdos that she thought were great.
Man, what are you talking about? You know, speaking of which, let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me bring this back up for you and share a memory with you.
Oh Lord.
I don't know if you can even see that.
What, am I standing on a staircase?
You are standing on a staircase, and that's not just any staircase. That was my staircase back in, I want to say 2006, which means you must have been like 11 or 12 years old there.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe 10.
Yeah. You actually came when you were just kind of getting out and releasing your first CD is kind of how we met. If I remember right. And I was probably back when I was doing like Kingwood Radio and doing some DJ stuff back then and helping showcase local artists. So
yeah,
man,
you were probably one
really,
of the first radio stations that I was ever on and ever interviewed on. So you kind of helped me hone my interview skills on the radio.
You know, I mean, I love now that we have stories to tell over the years, and that's, you know, that's what I love about bringing on guests and talking, because we all have our stories to tell, and we could go on and on and on. But I do want to know a little bit about that video. You did all that all in one take, right?
Yeah, I wish. But we actually shot that. So that video was shot in 2016 in late June, and we did all of the shooting in and around Houston and Big Bend National Park. So all of you see me standing up on a cliff, that's at Big Bend National Park. A storm, we were supposed to be filming all day, early in the day, and a huge storm pushed through, which made us all sit there all day on a tour bus waiting to shoot. And finally the rain cleared up, but it left this amazing like gray clouds in the background. Everybody thought I was standing in front of a green screen because the scenery was so spectacular, but it was about 105 degrees and 100% humidity. So it was absolutely miserable, and I was in a jacket, but you know, those are the fun stories that, you know, I'm fortunate enough to get to have and look back on and think, man, the hell we went through to make that, but it was so much fun, and I'd do it all over again.
Well, I appreciate you sharing some of the stories with us tonight, Curtis. It's good to see you again, and you've definitely got some fans out there following you, and hopefully we get you some more, because it just seems like your career just keeps going in all the great direction, and you're doing a lot in Nashville. You planning on heading back out? And
yeah, I lived in Nashville for several years, and just recently started kind of splitting my time between Houston and Nashville. And I go to Nashville at least once a month, and we'll get in the studio and do some work, have all the necessary meetings that I need to have. And then I run back to Texas, where I can kind of, you know, get out of that scene for a little while and kind of get my creative nature back. But I've been in and out of Nashville for the last 4 to 5 years, and I've had an amazing opportunity to work with some of the best in the industry. It really started when I got an opportunity to work with Kent Wells, which was Dolly Parton's producer and music director, and still is. And he's the one who produced the You Matter album that released in 2016 and has the Love You Down song on it that you just played. And that led me to touring all over the country as direct support for Tanya Tucker. Spent 2 years off and on the road with her, which, you know, really helped me gain a national fan base. You know, prior to that, I pretty much was just playing around Texas, and that's where my fan base was. So a lot has transpired over the last few years, and I feel very fortunate, and it's been very exciting, a crazy, crazy roller coaster ride. But I knew what I signed up for when I got into it, so I love every minute of it.
Well, I remember seeing pictures of that tour bus. So, man, looking forward to you getting on the road again and doing some shows again. Hey, I'm going to bring up all our guests back up on screen. So because this is the end to another LocalMeA Live. Hold on, guys. We'll be right back. And this is the part of the show where we wave at everybody and say good night.
Bye.
Thanks, Curtis.
Good night.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks,
Thanks
Reed.
for having me.
Bye.
Everybody, have a great night. And remember, don't just shop local, shop the best of local with LocalMeA.com.